Hi all, Hipper here, and we're back with a Shards B video here, and this time in Edinburgh. And I have aiming systems in slot 1, and steering gears in slot 2, and steering gears in slot 3, and reload in 4. So this is a stock agile build, as you can see, and I have radar and not smoke equipped on this ship usually. And I'm of course using my agile commander here, Tenant, with Azure Lane Baltimore and Müller, and I have Ingenious selected, and full speed ahead, and Velocious, and steer clear. And for the legendary skill, or perk, whatever you want to call it, I have fully packed. So that is Edinburgh with an agile build. And as you can see, we are starting here on Shards at B spawn. And a lot of people hate this spawn here, and I'm trying to do a few videos on how I approach this spawn here. And this one is actually exactly the same as I did in my Atago video, just from, I think it's the video just before this one actually. And it basically is like a sprint, getting to the other side of B as quickly as possible. So one, I will like create some confusion behind enemy lines, which is always good. And two, it puts you in a really good position to take out the destroyer that's capping. Now in this case, this game here, there are no destroyers, but the strategy is still fine, so I'm employing it still. Now Edinburgh is great at this, and it's even better if I had the smoke equipped, but in this game here I chose the radar, which I usually have, and a little bit of a shame here since there are no destroyers, but I mean, you never know what you're gonna get. So I am just heading in and I am capping, and you can see the other cruiser I started with, he is in on this plan and he is in there helping me, and that is just great because we can cap a lot faster then. Because obviously it's very dangerous being in here in the B cap, because you can get shot at from nearly every angle. So you need to be aware and you need to have an agile build, because you just sit in here in a cruiser, even a bow tanking cruiser like Edinburgh, you won't last long if you can't at least avoid a few of the shots that's incoming for you. You can't bow tank everything, and just keep an eye on your surroundings, obviously, because this is a very dangerous spot to get surrounded. So always make sure that you have your sides free. So I've said it before and I'll say it again, I really like Edinburgh. It is very versatile. It has torps, it has radar, it has 30mm bow, and it has really fast firing guns and great AP. What it doesn't have is high explosives, but I don't miss it at all actually. And of course it has the fantastic heals as well, so you can really take some chances in this ship here, and if you end up taking a lot of damage, that's fine, you're not out of the rest of the battle. And I also like this cruiser here because it's one of the only cruisers that can give me consistent citadels on Wichita. I find that very difficult in even in Hipper. But Edinburgh, as long as you just actually hit the citadel, it's one of the best. Now this particular skill is likely down to the short fuse British AP that pretty much makes overpens a very rare thing to happen, and that's why you can get some really good shots in on those really annoying US cruisers like Wichita, Cleveland, and also Baltimore, because it doesn't tend to overpen these low caliber, low fuse AP here. So they're really deadly, especially up close. However, I love this map. I think it is the best in the game. It's instant action, and it's always interesting to play. And I think that no class has an advantage on this map here. I mean, destroyers, battleships, and cruisers, like, they all have an equally hard time, basically. And I think that's great. It really levels the playing field, and if you're like a good battleship player, you'll do incredibly well on this map, and if you are a good destroyer player, you will also do incredibly well, and if you are a great cruiser player, you will also do incredibly well. And it's especially a great map to meet other good players on, because it is just it is a very very action-packed map, and like lots of flanking can happen, and lots of unexpected plays. Like for example, what I did in the beginning. Most people don't expect that. The ships that spawn at B, they tend to take a more patient approach to capping B. I think that this approach here works better if you have an agile cruiser, because you will need your agility, as you saw. And of course, look at what you're against. I mean, there aren't that many battleships in this battle here, and some of them are actually legendaries. So it was a bit of a gamble for me to do it in this battle here. But in Edinburgh, I'm not really that worried with the 30mm bow. I mean, I can pretty much bow tank myself out of any terrible situation, more or less. So we got the Wichita down, and now we are facing 2 Clevelands, which is a bit of a pickle. But at least I did notice one of them is half dead, or more than half dead. So I was hoping that I would be able to take him out right after the Wichita, but it's taking a little bit longer than I would like. But sooner or later he will be gone, and then I can focus on the other Cleveland over here. Now I can't do anything about the battleship there. I just have to hope that he doesn't shoot at me. And as it turns out, he doesn't. So yeah, that is a bit of a lucky break in this battle here, but if he was, I would simply bow tank him, and like I'm doing now, because I don't know how long he's actually not going to shoot at me. But then the Wichita manages to take him out, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I cannot keep up a firefight with a Cleveland with HE, because he is going to win that. Doesn't matter if I can bow tank him or not. So I have to move in for the torp kill here, which I do, and I deny him his ram. And we get a Kraken with a devastating strike. That's always satisfying, isn't it? Now, you know I always go on about agile builds and how useful they are. And here I have finally unmasked the carrier. And of course he's going to defend himself, well, to the last plane, basically. I don't put anti-aircraft builds on my ships, because I think it's a waste. Like, you may not even get into a battle with a carrier, and then an aircraft, like anti-aircraft build, is useless. So there's no point in that. And with the invulnerability on the planes that was added in the last update, yeah, a good player will kill you anyway. A good carrier player, that is. But I took 1 torp here, but that's going to be the last. Because I'm going to try to hunt down the CV now, and of course the carrier player is going to try everything he can to fend me off. But with an agile cruiser, especially with torp attacks, it's actually quite it's a lot easier to avoid torpedoes than it is with like a normal standard damage focused reload cruiser build. And yeah, I don't know how to say it any clearer, but an agile build is the most versatile build there is, because you don't really need an anti-aircraft build with this ship here, because you can just dodge. And also AP bombs, same thing, especially with the great acceleration on Edinburgh here. Like it makes it very, very difficult for the carrier to hit you. So here we just fit in between the torps as planned, and it's all good. And this is really how you can just drive a carrier nuts for minutes and minutes and minutes. And I like it, and I think it's another use for an agile build. So that was Shards B with a Kraken and 3200 XP. So I hope you liked it, and I'll see you out there.